Hi, first graders. So today Ada is going to join me, right? Are you going to join us for the story? Because today's book is called Dog Breath. Okay. You ready for the story, Ada? I think she's ready. Dog Breath. There once was a dog named Hallie who lived with the Tosis family. Hallie Tosis was a very good dog, but she had a big problem. What do you think that problem is? What do you think, Ada? Hallie Tosis had horrible breath. Whenever Hallie Tosis opened her mouth, horrible things happened. So look at the picture of her opening her mouth. Ada, do you like the picture? Oh, we don't like the book, Ada. Don't like the book. When the children took Hallie Tosis for a walk, everyone else walked on the other side of the street. Even skunks avoided Hallie Tosis. There's the picture. But the real trouble started one day when Grandma Tosis stopped by for a cup of tea. And Hallie jumped up to say hello. Uh-oh. It's not good, is it, Ada? Mr. and Mrs. Tosis were not amused. Something has to be done about that smelly dog, they said. They're all plugging their noses. You don't smell, though, Ada. Ada smells pretty good. She's got a bath. The next day, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis decided to find a new home for Hallie. The children knew that the only way they could save their dog was to get rid of their bad breath. So they took Hallie Tosis to the top of a mountain that had a breathtaking view. So is it really going to take away their breath? Maybe for a moment they might go, because the view's so beautiful. But do you think she's still going to have bad breath after? Yeah, probably. Let's see what happens. They hoped that the breathtaking view would take Hallie's breath away, but it didn't. Even the sun is plugging his nose. It must smell so bad. Next, the children took Hallie Tosis to a very exciting movie. They hoped that all the excitement would leave Hallie breathless. It says, breath of a salesman. So try to read those little signs if you can real quick. You can pause it. But it didn't. Finally, the children took Hallie Tosis to a carnival. They hoped that Hallie would lose her breath on this speedy roller coaster. What do you think? Is Hallie going to lose her breath? Probably not. Oh, look at that, Ada. Look at Ada. Isn't that gross? Look at the dog breathing. All the people are getting the smell because it's coming out of her mouth, and all the people behind her probably feel a little sick. But that idea stunk too. The plans to change Hallie's bad breath had failed. Are you leaving, Ada? Okay, bye. Now only a miracle could save Hallie Tosis. Sadly, the three friends said goodnight, unaware that a miracle was just on the horizon. Later that night, when everyone was sound asleep, two sneaky burglars crept into the Tosis house. The two burglars were tiptoeing through the dark, quiet rooms when suddenly they came upon Hallie Tosis. "Yikes," whispered one burglar. "It's a big, mean, scary dog." "Aw, don't be silly," whispered the other burglar. "That's only a cute little fuzzy puppy." The two burglars giggled at the sight of such a friendly little dog. That dog couldn't hurt a fly, whispered one burglar. Come here, Poochie Poochie, whispered the other. So Halitosis came over and gave the burglars a nice big kiss. Slurp! Ada, come here. Come back for the story. Do you want to see how it ends? Ada's coming back. Come here. You want to sit down? You're blocking the camera, Ada. Sit. There we go. Sit down. Come join us, Ada. Hey. Sit. Good girl. Come get your toy. Here we go. The next morning, the Tosis family awoke to find two burglars passed out cold on their living room floor. It was a miracle. The Tosis family got a big reward for turning in the crooks, and soon Halitosis was the most famous crime-fighting dog in the country. In the end, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis changed their minds about finding a new home for Hallie. They decided to keep their wonderful watchdog after all. And there's a little sign that says, "This house protected by dog breath." Because life without Halitosis just wouldn't make any sense. Aww. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this story and that you liked seeing Ada. I'll show you guys her one more time. Say bye, Ada. Bye, guys. I hope you liked the book.